Welcome to the very first rebirth relaunch, if you will, the Focused Warrior podcast.
Yes,
It's the
sir.
John and Aaron experience. How
Oof.
does that sound, bro?
That's a level up, eh? That's a level up. This
Yeah,
is
we've been teasing it. We've been
we
teasing it.
have we've been having some pretty good conversations in where this must go. And this is going to we say it all the time. There's a lot of people that are going to resonate with our conversations, but I absolutely think that this is going to even scare us with how vulnerable and open and authentic we're going to be with this. But it's fucking needed, bro. You just have a look at where the world is right now, and how many men are just struggling, and they're struggling internally, but externally they're just going through the same fucking bullshit. So. I really am excited with where this is going to go, and I think with our own experience where this is going to go as well.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here looking at my boy. If you're watching this on video, thank you. And I'm sitting here looking at you, brother, and your energy's off, man. Your energy's off. You're not, it doesn't feel like the normal Aaron who's full of energy and freaking muscles. Muscles might still be there, bro. But what's up, man? Talk to me. You seem a little off, brother. Talk to me, dude.
And exactly why this new format of a podcast is here, bro. And I'm gonna speak from just fucking real. Um, go through anyone else that would see me would think that it's normal. Things are the same. You put on this brave face. You put on what I call a mask, and that mask is that you don't want anyone else to see the struggles. You don't want anyone else to see the pain. You don't want anyone else to see how fucking hard life is. But we both made a promise that, in order for us to move into our next experience, our next level up, and to be able to understand ourselves on a whole new level, it's having those conversations that you don't want to feel, you don't want to be vulnerable because you think it's an element of weakness. You don't want to feel like you're the victim. You don't want to play the victim, and you don't want to do the whole poor me fucking story. But guess what, fellas? And guess what, guys? Guess what, fellesses? And like, my bros and you, bro. At the end of the day, if you don't have a brother to talk to, who the fuck are you going to talk to? So, and answering the answer to your question is yeah, it's been a pretty tough week. And a tough weekend. There's a lot of excitement coming in the next 3 weeks. Moving to Sunshine Coast, which is 2.5 hours north of the Gold Coast, to be closer to a new love, to be closer to a someone who I really want to spend a great amount of time with. And the scary element is that nothing's falling into place. Like nothing. I've had to officially resign from my position, which I really didn't want to do. I only
Wow.
wanted to transfer. I wanted to transfer. And you know what? The thing that plays on my mind as well with the job. I'm going to break it up into a few things. So this might take a little while. But the first part is obviously a job. And, yes, I've got online personal training. Yes, I've got my own business. But at the same time, also, we need to be able to earn enough money to survive in life and to have enough money behind us just in case some things don't work out. Now, when you have been for a little while, um, you know, living week to week, you're just like, oh, fuck, what's going to happen? How the fuck am I going to get by? So I look at it and I go, I had to resign from my role. But they're like, don't worry, it's all good. They can just remove that termination notice when they've found a role for you. All these, senior state managers, both in the personal training realm, both in the actual business. I've had national PT managers and national, and a lot of senior people in the company that I work with have gone, man, you've done amazing, like incredible what you've been able to achieve in the 3 months you've been with the business. But the reality is, it's just all fucking talk. Like you can tell me how amazing I am. You can tell me how. much of an incredible job I've done in that club, in that position. But until you can guarantee me a role in the Sunshine Coast, and there's two clubs up there and whatnot, until you can ensure or guarantee me a new role, what you're saying is just all fucking talk. So I'm sitting here and going, okay, awesome, thanks, I appreciate it. I've literally came in and I've had to do what was asked of me, and I appreciate you see the effort, but tomorrow's still never guaranteed.
Mm,
Nothing is ever guaranteed. People will tell you whatever you fucking want, what they think you need to hear. I'm like, all I need to hear is guarantee that I'm still with the business in 3 weeks' time. Because at the moment, I've handed in my resignation. Well, all right, phone call. I've handed in my resignation and there's nothing guaranteed. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is I haven't found a place to live up there and I'm moving in 3 weeks' time.
wow, bro. Can I
So,
just can I jump in for just a second, bro, and ask you a question on that?
yeah, man.
Do you feel like you're struggling with living in the present moment because you're now looking at, obviously mapping out what it's going to look like in 3 weeks? Do you think you've kind of struggled a bit in the current state because of all of the clouded things that are going on in 3 weeks? Because I know I've done that. The only reason why I'm bringing it up. So just curious if that's what's happening to you.
No, you know what? In this present moment, I'm actually okay. The thing that scares me is the anxious and the anxiety of what's coming, because nothing's
Mm,
guaranteed. I'm not in control of anything that's coming up. If I had a place to live, yeah, okay, that's part of my issue and part of my problem solved. If I had, regular income, or at least a guaranteed job or guaranteed income when I move, part of my issues will be going away, because everything is just so unknown. Um, and I'm moving literally, I don't know where the fuck I'm going to live. I don't know, I don't know anything. I'm literally jumping in the car 2.5 hours north. And right now in this moment, I don't know. And I think
mm,
it's the anxiety of n not having anything, like really anxious, really afraid, not in control. Whereas the thing, and this is actually really interesting that you bring it up, because in this moment right here, right now, what's important? Well, in this moment right here, right now, being in this present moment is having a open and honest conversation with my brother. There just happened to be people listening in on the conversation. So it's that right now in this moment is the most important thing. What's the most important thing right here, right now? Well, to make sure that I'm still training and looking after myself, because fuck, we've said it before that when you train and when you feel good physically, that just drives and helps on the mental aspect and the emotional aspects. It controls the emotion a little bit. So as long as I'm doing those to help control the emotion, because hey, as a man, if you're not physically feeling strong, you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're looking like shit, how do you think you're going to be what are you going to be saying to yourself?
yeah.
So and this also goes back to, okay, well, what are the controlling factors and what are the uncontrollable factors? All right, well,
Mm,
fucking focus on the stuff you can control. What can I control right here, right now? The things I can't control is the outcome of the things I put in place. Things I can control is what I eat, my movement every single day, and my thoughts every single day. And my thoughts every single day all comes back down to the emotional intelligence. And I've talked about that a little bit. With the emotional intelligence is you being able to not control, but understand the emotional reaction to whatever is going on. And then you've got the emotional maturity, and emotional maturity is essentially putting into practice the skill of emotional intelligence. So and we know that there's constant learning and there's constant improving of who you are every single day, because there's always going to be something that's going to come up that's going to challenge that. So for me, it's like, all right, what are the controllables? What are the uncontrollables? Well, the uncontrollable is an outcome of something I'm putting in place. What can control? Ensuring that I'm talking to all the important people that I need to talk to ensure that I'm still an important player in this game within the business that I'm in. The controlling aspects is like, all right, well, if you don't train, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel like fucking shit. Well, make sure you're fucking trained. If you don't eat right and you feel like a slob, how's that going to affect you on an emotional level? Well, fucking control that. So that's really, the basis of kind of where I was feeling and what's going on to, all right, well, how do I manage all of that? You say it all the time, man. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. And
Yeah.
you're right, and nothing is guaranteed. Like nothing is guaranteed. There's no guarantee of I'll have a job with this company, which I actually really enjoy. Um, this company in the next 3 weeks, something else might come up. But I'm also looking at it and going that I have a lot of value to offer regardless of what comes up. If it means that I need to get back into face-to-face training, so be it, because I'm fucking good at it. I'm fucking good at face-to-face training. So if I need to do that, then I need to do it. Just means that I now need to build up phase of a business again, going through a build up phase of a business. Those of you that are in business, you know how hard it is. But I think at the same time also that there's going to be a lot more urgency because it's like it's an element of survival. And look, the other thing as well, fellas, the other thing is that yes, I have a partner. I have a new girlfriend. We've been together for going on 4 months, and it's not a lot of time. 4 months. It's been pretty intense in the 4 months, and it's been absolutely fucking incredible. Because when you get to my age, and you soon all of a sudden realize that we're not playing games here now. It's like, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel, and I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to open up my heart, and I'm going to give you the emotion that I know how to give, and whether or not you'll accept it and receive it or not. And luckily, my new partner has received it, and it's been fucking incredible. Um, but the other thing is though that you got someone who's in your corner and they turn around and go, "Hey, if you need a place to live, you've got a place with me. You can come and stay with me." But as a masculine man who's a leader, who's independent, who doesn't want to rely on other people, for me to turn around and go, "I really appreciate it. I love you. I love you for you offering me a roof over my head, but I have to do this. I have to find a way. I
You know what
have
that
to,
is, Aaron? That's bravery, dude. That's an
have,
element of bravery.
have to." It's scary to say it because you've literally got nothing to fall back on,
Yeah.
which I do. And I realize I do. I understand I do. And there's no one is like, certainly no one's going to be, allowing me to put me in a place of risk or being unsafe. And I get it. I get it. And I'm not going to do that to myself either. But at the same time, in order for me to prove to myself and prove to other people that I can do this, I have to be able to go say no to, people giving me a fucking handout or not even a handout, like someone just going, "Hey, let's help you out here for a little bit." And it's like, no, I have to do this. I have to prove to myself I can fucking do this because I'm moving again, restarting my life all over again, essentially. So that's my story, bro.
Yeah, bro. And you know what? That's good, man. I was just going to ask you though, is like, because this is a thing I start thinking about men in general. And I think a lot of what we do, bro, is we take into consideration, first of all, I'll say this, the brain is the best soap opera writer ever, right? It
Yeah.
goes in and it hijacks all your thoughts and says, Aaron, there's a chance you can be homeless. Oh, Aaron, did you know that you probably won't have a job? Aaron, if you don't do this, you're not going to have any money. Oh, Aaron, dude, our brains are designed that way, right?
Mm,
And
mm.
so I just think how I would ask sitting here as your brother, on this new and podcast we have going on here, I would ask you, have you ever put in your 2 weeks notice somewhere without a job lined up?
No.
And okay, so that's first thing, right? Is that's a brand new scary thought.
Yeah,
Have you moved from one coast to another, right? Meaning I think you said you were in Melbourne for a while, right? Before you
I
moved
was.
to well, no,
Gold Coast. Yeah, you know what?
where'd you go? You went from Melbourne to the Gold Coast, right?
Well, essentially, I moved from New Zealand to Melbourne.
Yeah.
So,
And so
yeah.
how was that? Was that because everything was good, or did you have something lined up?
No,
How'd that work for you? I mean, and again, you can keep that short and simple. I think I'm just
yeah.
thinking about why your brain's doing this right now.
And I appreciate it, bro. And this is actually really important for a lot of other men too, because we get stuck in the shit that's not working. We don't process and ask ourselves these conversations. Um, or ask ourselves these questions so we can have a conversation with ourselves to find the answer. And I really love this. So yeah, moving from New Zealand to Australia, I was excited as fuck, bro. I was like, this is game on. Australia's a bigger place. It's like more opportunities. Fuck yeah. But the other thing is that, like, yes, moved over with my then fiance, my then wife, but we actually had money in the bank, and we had
Mm.
bought a property. So like we were literally moving into our own home, moving over here. So things were a little bit different. We're talking 25 years ago. 25 years
Sure,
ago, life was
sure.
so much different to what it is now. So much
Oh
different. I
yeah,
mean, fuck,
yeah.
we bought our first home for 100 grand. Bro, so you never even fucking hear of it now. And the same property is worth nearly $750,000. But
Wow.
yeah, so I mean that just shows how ridiculous how house prices are around the world. But then um interestingly though, and it's only just come to me now, but moving from Melbourne to the Gold Coast, I was in the car. It was a 3 day trip from Melbourne to the Gold Coast. It was a 3 day trip, and when I actually sold everything, put everything I needed in the car, and then headed off, I didn't know where I was going to live, but I was okay with that. I was okay with that. You know what it was? Because I had money in the bank. It's like, hey man, if I need to go to an Airbnb or a hotel for a week, it's like, psh, no big dramas. That's fine. It's all cool. But I actually did have a role. I had a contract personal training role already,
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
was already set
All
up.
right.
So I already had that in place, and I already had a couple of clients that were passed on to me from the PT that was leaving. So I kind of already had a little bit of a business, and I already had something lined up before I got here.
Okay.
So
So this is truly, bro, brand new territory for you that you've never really done. Now, my question to you then is
yeah.
this, brother, and again, I keep thinking about me in this sense and just not selfishly here, but just trying to move it along here with you. Have you lost it all before? You've been at ground zero.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Men, bros, brothers, this is what we're saying, dude, because I know I have.
Yeah.
And the one thing that's most scary for most of us men is that the scariest thing out here, bro, is losing it all.
Yeah.
It's
And
fucking losing everything that you worked your ass off for and just it being all taken away from you because of you, right?
yes.
Because of what
Yes.
you did or didn't do. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. We are our worst critics. And at the end of the day, we are the result of everything we either have or don't have right here, right now. The interesting thing is that, yeah, based on my actions, I fucking lost everything. I mean, look, we're going 20 years ago. And I lost a business, I lost a marriage, and I lost a whole heap of fucking money. Like I lost a lot of money. I think it probably back then, the value of my business was close to 80 grand, 100 grand.
Wow.
I got $15,000 for it.
Wow.
I got screwed over big time,
Yeah.
but I'm also
So
not,
do you think that's a little bit of a trauma that you still
fuck
kind of
yes,
deal with? Or I mean, what do you
mate.
think?
100% it is because I brought the story up. So absolutely, it is still fucking in here. And all I'm doing is that's that ego coming up and reminding
Yeah.
you of the fact it's like, hey, remember when? So this is where
Yes.
I always talk about the whole present moment, the emotional intelligence and that shit that always wants to fucking come at you. Then you're also looking at everyone else around you and you're comparing and you're judging. And we do that unconsciously. You'll do it.
Yes, we
You'll
do.
have a look at people that will have what you want. And then you look at your situation, your circumstances, and then, the whole fucking trauma and the stories and the triggers will come through. And it's like, holy fuck. But the one thing that I've embraced ever since coming to the Gold Coast is do the things that are uncomfortable. Run towards the
Mm.
things that are really uncomfortable. Run towards the things that bring you fear. Run towards the things that give that little
Make you
fucking
brave.
yeah, yeah.
Make you brave.
Your voice is shaking, and you're like, "Oh fuck, what am I doing?" You know what? Run towards that because there's a famous quote that I've always used right through this whole podcast. The beauty is in the magic the magic is in the things you're avoiding.
Yes.
The magic is in the things that
Yes.
we're avoiding. And I'm
Yes.
now, and look at, I am now an absolute product of that because I'm literally leaving everything behind. Once again,
Yep.
I'm putting
Once again, dude, Aaron,
once
that's the
again,
thing. You brought this. I want everybody to really capture the fact that my boy brought that up, that 20 years ago, he lost it all. And it still sits with him today.
yeah,
Still sits with you, bro. Therefore, and why do you think that sits with you? Because you're about to do it again. Not lose everything, but you're running into this unknown that you don't know where you're going to land.
huge.
Scary as fuck, dude.
Really scary, really scary. But this is the other thing as well. You just need to trust. This is that trust. You just need to have faith and trust
Yeah.
that you're actually on the path that you need to be on. And too many times that we always do the path that we've always taken. Too many times we're following everyone else's path when the only true life you need to live is you need to forge your own path. You need to forge
Damn.
it, and this it's as scary as fuck, bro. It's as scary as fuck. But there's an element of calmness within me that everything's going to be okay.
I see it. I can see it.
You know?
I definitely see that too, for sure.
Yeah.
And
So
this is the thing, bro. On our pod, I think, I mean, for those that don't know how we're gonna flow with this format, it really is just going to be these type of conversations where we just recognize that, me and Aaron have been brothers now for, a lot of years already. And,
yeah,
bro, just like you could tell me when I look off or feeling frustrated or feeling mad, you don't realize, and Aaron just said this earlier, but you have somebody that says that to you. 9 times out of 10, they're going to open right up like a freaking book and go, you know what? You want to know? Here's what's going on. So it's going to be the format like that. We're going to get it's not real and raw because that was our previous podcast. We're not saying real and raw anymore. What we're saying is this is now is truly those conversations where you could talk to your brother and they can get very, very clear with what's going on with them and do it in a safe space and not feel embarrassed or frustrated or mad or angry. Bro, that's honestly, man, why I'm glad that we do this because I
okay.
believe there's other men in the same space as you going, fuck, bro. Damn, I'm glad you said that, Aaron, because I don't know what the hell I was going to do. I'm moving in 2 weeks too. I'm moving in 3 weeks. What am I going to do? I lost it all. What am I going to do, Aaron? And they're not looking for you for answers, bro. Most of the time, people are just looking to have an ear, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's why
and
I'm here, brother. That's why I'm here.
exactly,
And I think a
exactly,
whole lot of other people, man, would agree because it's badass talk that needs to happen and more men need it.
exactly. And I think there's a lot of people that are just, I'm going to harp on it a little bit that there's a lot of people that are just looking for inspiration from someone, whether or not they're looking for someone else to save them. But the reality is that, guys, girls, no one can save you but you. And the really important thing is as well that if like John's my mirror, the people that are in your life are in your life for a fucking reason. And a lot of the things that you see in them, that it's within you. And a lot of the things that people are saying or doing in front of you, that's a mirror. It's a mirror, and that's a really important thing for you to to look at and identify what needs work. And I think the most important thing is like stop being dictated by the ego, really get uncomfortable and intentional with, well, what are you doing here right now? How does it feel when you're doing what you're doing? Like for me to open up, it's uncomfortable as fuck, but
Yeah,
it's needed. Not only is
it's
it
needed.
needed to help me release the emotion, because here's the thing, if you're holding on to any emotion, if you're holding on to the things that are like hurting you internally, you're just a pressure cooker moment. You're
Bro, you know
just
what it is, Aaron? It's a quote, hurt people, hurt people.
yeah,
You ever heard that?
yeah, I have, bro. Yeah,
Hurt people, hurt people. We can't walk around like that, Aaron. We just can't, bro. And with this society, there's too many people that are just ready to
yeah.
explode
Oh,
because of what happened 20 years ago
yeah,
or an experience you had with a certain demographic. So you must hate them all.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying, dude? We can't walk around like that anymore, Aaron. So you're
yeah.
right, bro. You're 100% right, dude.
So more love to yourself. Also have a look at, all right, and I'm looking at it going, what's the life I want to live? Well, the life I want to live is not here. It's not in the Gold Coast. I know that. I know that. So I've had to move. So yeah, it is that uncomfortable. So guys, all I want you to do is I just want you to have a look at right now. Are you doing the things that you know you need to fucking do? Are you constantly telling yourself, yeah, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, but you're finding an excuse why you shouldn't or you don't need to? Reach out to someone who you trust. Just
There you
have
go.
a just have an honest, honest conversation. But here's the other thing. I don't want you to have a conversation over a fucking beer or a drink. It has to be when you're sober. You've got to get in touch
There
with
it
your
is.
you've got to get in touch with your emotions on a sober level. Don't let alcohol or any substance help you with uncovering what you need to uncover because it's fabricated bullshit.
Doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. And
Oh,
I made that pact like at the start of this year. No more drinking. I don't drink. I hardly ever drank anyway. So now there's no alcohol.
hell
And you
yeah.
and you know how much in you know how in touch with my emotions I am now, more than I've ever been. I don't use substance as a form of masking what I'm truly feeling. So first and foremost, if you're going to have a conversation with a brother or someone that you trust, don't don't do it while you're drinking. Just
Yeah.
open up and trust that your brother's going to listen to you.
There it is, brother. Oh man, that's so good, dude. And you know what? Congratulations on that, man. There's something to be said on that, right? It's just when you're feeling all the emotions, dude, and you don't need to run to the alcohol to mask the
Mm.
pain. It's next level, bro. And I know that because I'm right there with you, man. My journey started May 1st of 2023. So and I've never looked back, never wanted it ever again. And dude, you know what? It just you create that circle, right? And it just gets bigger. And you end up meeting more people who are the same as you. Like you said, Amir. That's it's just that graduation, bro, into like you say, man. I believe at the end of all this, Aaron, it's gonna be okay. I don't know if anybody's told you that yet, but you're gonna be just fine, brother. And I
I
have
agree.
full faith in you that you're gonna land right on those two strong legs of yours, and you're gonna be doing exactly what you want to do. I wholeheartedly believe that, brother to brother.
I do too, but you know what we do? We go into fuck. It needs to happen now. And
Yeah,
this is where it's just like, hang on, trust. Put
trust,
you know
trust.
what you need to do is trust that it's going to happen, and whatever happens between now and then, learn from it. Learn from it.
Yeah.
Stay grounded. Stay in that moment. Do the things that make you feel that empower you. Do the things that keep you closer to your partner. Like just do all these things that bring a whole heap of love into your life and into you. And yeah, everything will be okay. Everything works out. So, bro,
Love it.
I actually
Brother.
this is powerful and something that's just come to me. I'm putting it out there here, putting it out there now. The Focused Warrior Brotherhood. So if there's anyone that wants to start a community with like-minded men, have open, honest conversations, and to have a safe space and support, we're here for you.
Focus Warrior Brotherhood. Get all part of the brand new Focus Warrior podcast. It's the
Yeah,
John and Aaron experience.
big
And
time.
look, bro, I'm excited, man. This is going to be really good for a lot of people. I'm just looking forward to it, man. 100%. I just think this is what we need. And I think as we've been in this game now for a little more than a year. It's time. It's time, bro. You and I have
Absolutely.
healed a lot, but we still have a lot of healing to do. Let's all walk through this together, brothers. I think that's what it comes down to, man.
Man, I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it. Love you, man. Appreciate you.
You too,
Thank you
brother.
guys for listening.
Until next week, take
Take
care.
care.